nice of you to join me. In today's video we're going to be putting together the mini bookcase that is coming very soon onto Create and Craft. It comes from Lisa Horton Designs. Love it, absolutely love it. I really love doing mini books, so this is right up my street. I absolutely am going to have so much fun doing this particular project. So in the kit you get your MDF bookcase, and so we can put that together in a moment. Then you also get enough grey board to make up your mini books. So you get 2 bigger spines and 2 smaller ones. Now if you're like me and you heavily embellish the front of your books, I would take out one of the small ones and just have like 2 big ones and 1 small one in. That should then give you enough clearance either side for if you're like me and you like to heavily embellish the front of your books. Here's one that I've sort of started. I haven't finished it. As you can see, I've just gone ahead and I've covered it, and then inside what I did is I tried to match my papers, tried to match the inside signatures. I've actually painted it, so but I think I've done an absolutely bang up job of matching the papers and my paint. And again, this is just using Lisa's new stamps that have just come out. So it's the this one here is this little script stamp, and this is this one here. It's called Backgrounds Collections. It's the textured oh, there we go. Textured, can't say that word tonight. Textured, I still can't say it. The textures, I don't know, I'm going to give up, I think. It's the A6 stamp. So you get in there, let me just take that out. So you get like a big splat there. And then you get a script stamp. Again, one of my favourite, absolute favourite background stamps is that. Then you've got this one here, which is kind of just, it's just some texture on there. I don't know how to describe that. Describe, not. And then this one here is just like your ink splats. So they work fantastically with trying to, well, as I say, I've matched up the papers. Now the papers that I've used are the Rose and Lace Stamperia paper, but as you can see I've used probably only about 2 pages, if that, with so far. And then I've just as I say, matched the colours of my paint with and then just did some masterboards on my sheets of paper that I've cut down. This one here is the Crackle stamp. Yes, that's the Crackle one, also available from Lisa. So it's that one there. And then this is the Bubble Stencil, I think that one is. Again, there's the background. And I've also used the medieval stencil on this. And what else did I use? A few others I sort of used on that. Then I used the bubble stamp to get that one. It's the Distress Bubble, so it's that one there. Okay, which I got on there. And then again I just tried to match up the paints again, but just used slightly different colours. And there's that medieval one sort of there, you can see. And I did, on some of these I used the the script stencil as well, but it would come out, if I'd have used mediums, it probably would texture paste it, you probably would have seen it, but I didn't really want that sort of raised surface on my pages. So I have just inked through it, and it's just given it a lovely little sort of, now you can see some of it here, where I've just inked through it with some black ink. But I'm really pleased with the way that the papers have come out. So we'll do a little bit of mixed media as well, to show you how you know, we do that if you want to. So in these books, I've just gone with using the holes, because the spines come with holes, which are an ingenious thing, which allow you then to thread your either ribbon, or you can use elastic. I used elastic. You can use leather, cord, there's all sorts of things that you can use. Wax cotton is also very good, like binders, book binding cotton is as well is brilliant. But failing that, if you haven't got any of that, but you will have some dental floss, you can actually use dental floss to go through your holes as well. So that's a top tip for you. Yes, and it is quite strong, and it works brilliantly. So let's get on with making up our bookcase. I'm really excited about this. I really am. I've wanted to do mini albums for quite a while now, so these are just perfect for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it together. We'll paint the inside, and then we'll think about what we're going to do on the outside. We might paint it, we might crackle it, we even might just put some papers on it. So we'll see as we go along. As I say, I haven't got any idea in my head of what I want to do. So I just thought we'll see where it takes us. So to put this together, so you've got your base plate, which is this one here. Get me into frame here. So that's your base plate. Your two outer edges, which you're going to glue up. Then you've got your sort of base board type of thing. And I think that must go in there. And then this comes up. And this comes up. And then this part here goes along the bottom, like so. And then you've got your top part there. So it kind of goes like that. So it actually looks a little bit like, you know, if you have like the Punch and Judy's, it could look like a little stage in there if you wanted to do, you know, children wanted to make some little tiny puppets and create a story. So that's quite a good, so quite a good idea actually, looking at that way. So you could maybe not have the top on, you could take the top off, and then they could use it that way, have a mini puppet show. Right, so now I know how we're going to put this together. We need to glue it. Now I use Cosmic Shimmer, but any wood glue will work. I mean, obviously wood glue will work because it's wood. But I tend to, everybody does it differently. I tend to put my glue in the, not on the tabs, but in between, okay? And I don't run like a line of glue. I just do tiny dots, because this is quite strong glue. You don't need an awful lot. Also, if you put too much, you're going to get a lot of glue spillage on it, which I don't really like, because I'll have to sort of get it off. I don't like having the sort of the puddles of glue. So what I tend to do is, I have got somewhere in my little stash here. So I've just got an old water brush, and all I'm going to do is I've just squeezed enough water out so that it's just damp on my hand. Sorry, I can't, like there. So it's just damp, if you can see. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe it along that edge to take away the glue. so that we don't get any of the glue seepage come out. And then I'll just run your finger along the outside edge there, just to get if you've got any that side. So again, we're just going to dot our glue. Okay. You will see how quick these go together. They're so much fun to make. I mean, even children can use these and put you know make them themselves. It's you know, just a nice project to make. So, and in these times we're all looking for different projects and activities for children to use. I don't know how people are coping with having their children at home for so long and not being able to go out. It must be very difficult for people, especially if you've got sort of more than one. Just finding them activities to do. And, you know, none of us really have been in this situation, have we, before? So it's all a learning curve, as they say. So that is the front of it done. So let's just wipe that off, and then I can hopefully stand it up. I'm just going to turn it around. This is the bottom bit, but again, you don't want any of the glue to seep out. So I'm just turning that out there. I might just move you over just a tiny bit. There, that's better. I tend to work on a bit of an angle. Move that back. There we are. That's better. So we've got most of it done. We've just now got the lid to put on. So once that goes on like that, it's going to look really nice. And then your books go inside like that, and it's just going to look absolutely delicious when it's finished. It really is. So let me just glue the top bit on, and then we can think about what we're going to do with the other books. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos and on people's craft room tours, and what people have been sort of having clear outs and things, and then showing the before and after pictures. It kind of puts me to shame, because I think I must tidy mine up. I think we're all the same. It's that one of those jobs you start, and then halfway through you think, oh no, why have I started this? And then it gets better, and then you find all the old craft supplies that you've bought, and you thought, oh, you forgot you'd had. So it's like going to the shop again, isn't it? Anyway, so that's my box now fully assembled. Now we can go ahead and think about what colours we're going to use. Right, I've got some black gesso. This is just Cosmic Shimmer. I'm just going to get some gloves on, and I normally use a sponge to put my gesso on. You can use a paintbrush, that works just as well, but I just find with a sponge you get a nice sort of finish. I might just do inside, I might just do the corners with a brush, but my main painting I'm just going to use a sponge. You can use a kitchen sponge, that works just as well. I did have some here, but I just grabbed some cut and dry foam which I had to hand here. So there we go. So get in that, but I might actually get a bigger bit, because it's not as big as I thought it was. Okay, let's try this. There we are. Now if you were going to paper your box, you could use which Lisa used on air, which I thought was such an ingenious idea. She used an alcohol marker just to go around her edges, which is so much quicker. So I'll show you that on the other side. I just wanted to do inside of my box because I'm not going to paper it. So I've sort of done that. I'm just going to get another brush now. There we go. Just to get in the corners. So I've nearly finished my first coat. I will give this a second coat as well. Okay, right, so I'm just going to fast forward this a little bit because I'm going to use my heat gun. Oh my goodness, look at the state of that. Okay, so then that is the inside done. Let's put this down, sorry. I've got my camera in a new position and it's just trying to work out the best spot for it really. No, I think that's possibly about right. So yeah, I've done the inside of it, which is looking very nice. That's then our box. Now we're going to be using the lace, roses and lace paper pad again from Stamperia. Again, another of my utmost favourite companies with their paper pads. They're just top quality, really heavyweight, and they ink beautifully as well, and they just look so pretty on your project. So yeah, so I think I might use, I think I might go with this one. This one's really nice, but without the lace. Maybe not put the lace bit in. Well, that's nice. I liked the script one, that one. Actually, that one I think we may go for. I'm hoping I might have enough of that one. Because that's like a wood effect that I wanted. So yeah, I think we'll go for that. Okay, so as I said, we were going to do the edges. Now, because I'm going to be putting my papers over the top, and I'm going to sand, use a sanding block just to sand away the papers, and then that will give you a nice even finish on your box. Just in case I've got some of the wood showing, we're going to just use the trick that Lisa used. We'll go along with our alcohol marker just along the edges, and see how quick and easy that is. Lisa, if you're watching this, this is a fantastic tip, and I've stole it, so sorry about that. It is really good. So we just go along the edges. Okay, let's get our paper out. Oh, look at the back. I'm going to miss. Oh, never mind. I'm going to do the top and the sides before I do the back. That way that I'll know that if I'm going to have enough paper. So I'm sure I should have. Okay, right. So with our glue. Now I use Mod Podge to glue my papers on with. It's just again my glue of choice. I always find it adheres really strongly to your paper. I have a designated glue brush that I use just for glue. It is rather manky, but that's why it is my designated glue brush. So, as you can see, it is a bit worse for wear, but it does the trick. So, all you do is you put some on your brush now, and you just just paint it straight onto your wood. Okay. Now the reason I use glue all over the MDF and not just on, you know, if you were gluing a piece of paper to say a piece of cardboard, it's because I don't want to get air bubbles. I want this to be very sort of flat and very yeah, with no air bubbles really. So I'm just going to put that on there, and then I'm just going to place my paper on my board onto the side, and then I'm going to give it a good rub down, okay, and that's going to help the paper to stick and also work out any air that may be trapped in there, like so. And then what I tend to do is I find the edges of my project, or the edges of the MDF, and I just crease down with my finger like so. You may not be able to see it because I've got that right on the edge, which is good. And you see that's sort of the edge there, that's the corner. And then do the same with the side. Now you may get a little bit of liftage, but that's easy, just put some more glue on. So then what I tend to do now is I just get my pair of scissors, and I'm just going to cut, not right on the fold, but just a way off, okay, so that when we're going to then use the sanding block to get the rest of that off. So it might not look very pretty at the minute, but it will do when I've got it sorted like that. Okay, so now you can see it's not very good cutting, but that doesn't matter because we're going to use a sanding block. Oops. Okay, and it's just a sanding block. I would go in there, raid your husband's shed or garage, and I dare say he's got some of these sanding blocks in there. Failing that, it's going to be Amazon. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub along the edge, and that's then going to get rid of the excess and then give me, as you can see, give me a lovely straight line. Now this sanding block may not. There we go. Okay, it's coming off. There we go. This one's very fine, so I might just swap it for a coarser grain. There we go. There we are. So sand it all off. As you can see, you've ended up with a lovely straight edge, and then you can just go along and just touch that up if you want to, the edges. There we go. So that's one side on. Oops, I forgot that, the bottom. There we go. So there we've ended up with a lovely straight edge, and then it takes out all of that measuring and cutting and all that type of malarkey that takes forever. So we're going to go ahead then and do the other side and the top, but I'll speed this bit up because you've seen me do it once. You don't want me to see me doing it again. That's our box now covered. So what I'm next going to do is it's really covered over the edges really well using that, but as you can see, just tiny bits here, you probably don't even see it, just sneaking through. So I'm just pleased that we actually went along and just coloured those edges in. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead with and use some archival ink. I've got some different colours here. I've got some vintage red. I want to go with quite a dark brown, something like what have we got there? Something like maybe vintage photo might be a nice one. I'll use that one there because I'm not going to use it. Okay, let's just put my glue away. Put my glue brush in my water. Tidy up a little bit. Put that up there. Oh, put that in there. Okay. Now, so we're going to use. So we've got ground espresso, which is this one here. I quite like this. This is my favourite colour of the distress inks and the browns anyway, is the ground espresso. It just works so well on everything. So I'm going to use that. Now I sometimes use a bit of cut and dry foam to put my colours on, especially on this. So I just use one piece for every brown, and then I'm just going to sort of just go along the edges, just distressing it like you would with distressing, but because this is archival, it'll be permanent, whereas if you use distress ink, it would be reactive again with water. So I just thought this would be an easier option, and it just gives the edges that nice worn, weathered sort of look. So I think I've inked all my edges. I have. So yeah, that looks really good. I've just got to do the front here, which I've forgotten. I've used one sheet of paper and that's one sheet of 12 by 12, and that's covered the whole of the box. Now you could also, if you wanted to, paint inside here. That might, if you wanted to, but I'm not going to for the video. But when I do another one, I will probably do that. So I'm just going to, and I've put my glue away. It's always the way. That in there. So just a little bit on there, and we can plonk this on and make it, well, I'm going to make sure mine's straight because mine is a directional piece. So just now I may just need to get in there with some small scissors. If these might not be too big. Nope, manage that. Manage that. Okay. So again, we're just sanding. And then we'll be ready to go on to the memory books. And I think what I may do is leave this at part 1, and then we'll do part 2 as the start of the memory books. And then that way this video is not going to be far too long. But as you can see, just to make up your bookcase with painting it and then covering it and distressing the edges, it's probably taking me about half an hour to do. So you can do this in very quick time. I mean, you can take lots of time over it as well, but to put it together and to get something that sort of resembles something, you know, you're looking at least 40 minutes, 30 minutes to half an hour to say 40 minutes to put that together. So and as you can see, with using that Mod Podge, I haven't got any air bubbles at all. It's as though it's meant to be on there. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Would be brilliant. Come and join me on all my social media sites: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, blog, all of those sort of things. Come say hi on there. Any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I try my hardest to answer every single comment or question that is made. If I haven't replied in a couple of days, then please resend it because I haven't seen it. I tend to try and do them as and when they come in and I see them. So yeah, if any questions, please let me know. Come and say hi on Lisa Horton Crafts, which is on Facebook. We have a group over there, and all the DT and my teamies are on there all the time. So if there's any other questions you want to ask about any products that Lisa sells, any of her dies or stamps, anything like that, then please come and ask on there. Please share your makes on there as well. It'd be brilliant. Again, we comment on as many of people's makes that are members on the group. We comment on all of them, so please, we'd love to see what you make with Lisa's products, because it is they are beautiful products that she's bringing us. So right, I'll leave you there. I will put links to all the sites in the descriptions down below. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. That will ping you an email whenever I upload, so you don't miss a thing. Please subscribe. I'm hoping to get to 3,000 people by the end of next month, so I'll have a little giveaway when I get to 3,000. So yes, so tell your friends all about this site, this channel, I would very much appreciate it. So on that note, I will love and leave you, and I will see you in part 2. Bye. Oh, 1 second, my cat's trying to... What are you doing? Bella? Bella? She decided to walk around my craft room. What do you want? Bella? Don't know if she'll come and see us. Bella? No, your name's not Bella? Right. No.